What an epic. There was something very visceral, intense about this game. The coaching staff, the players have said this was a proper test match. The extraordinary thing, ball and play for 27, 28 minutes, you would think, oh, well, this might have been a bit of a dud, low scoring. Not a bit of it. This was epic.
Yeah, anything but. It was almost like, you know, a game of chess almost, and all the build-up, the talk about South Africa's tactics. Would they blow Ireland away physically? I mean, yes, there weren't that many points scored, but it had absolutely everything. And credit to both teams. You know, they brought their A games, and I'm sure there will be things that they're looking back, probably more on the South African side, going, you know, we could have and probably potentially should have won that game, which just makes everything more intriguing going forward in this competition.
Yeah, man, it was kind of it was so striking a contest. Yeah, Ian used the point about chess there. There were like very few embedded patterns across the 80 minutes. Ireland's line-out's in major trouble. Suddenly it's okay. South Africa on top of the scrum, but then Ireland swoop in and get on top there for a period. In the main, collisions are going the way of South Africa, but then Ireland get around them. You kind of couldn't settle into this game at all. It seemed to and fro across almost every discipline of the game.
It did, Joe, and I think that speaks so much of the mental strength of both teams, but in particular Ireland. As Ian was alluding to, losing your first four line-outs was disastrous, because I kept saying all week, you've got to score early, you've got to put the scoreboard pressure. And Andy said there, Ireland dominated territory, but they weren't dominating the scoreboard.
Yeah.
South Africa was so close they couldn't get away from them. And I thought, we're going to lose this game. After the fourth line, I went, oh my God, no, not again. And they had the mental strength to not only recover, but there's a saying in rugby league that champion teams defend as much as they have to. And you can always tell the mental strength of a side by the defence. And that's probably the best. I can't think of a better defensive effort from an Irish team that I've seen. I thought their defence was absolutely magnificent, except for the try that they allowed in off the set play, which I thought was poor. But the rest of the game, their bravery, their technique, the way they went about it, and that if you want to get a barometer of a team's courage and commitment, it's their D.
Yeah.
And I thought that, and look, South Africa were half an inch behind them, and I agree with Ian. The South Africans are really going to look back on that and just shake their heads.
Yes.
Because as brave and as good as Ireland were, South Africa left that on the field.
Rob, you were there. Top off, swinging, singing Zombie. We can see it now.
Joining in. It was phenomenal. It was a contest worthy of a World Cup final. That's the intensity that was played at. Ireland were superb. They showed so much courage. They showed so much resilience. I don't think we can ever question this team's ability to front up with bigger, stronger teams than them. Things went wrong for them on the evening, but they adapted and they came back with some really big pieces of play. The support was insane.
Yeah.
It was like St. Patrick's Day in Paris. And, you know, the Irish time and time again turn up for these World Cups. And we are now, I think before last week, we were whispering it, we can win this tournament. I think it is very much in the play now that we are the best team at this competition currently.
Okay.